like me, I'm in a comfortable studio and I get to talk about what they actually went in the field to get for us. So let's go ahead and break this down for you here. This is a protester who is completely and utterly fed up, and he gave ICE a piece of his mind. And this is a dark and disturbing warning. Take a look.
With no cause and murdering people for trying to flee and for obeying a command to leave the area and then shooting her in the face like that after she drops her kid off at school. We have to show up with guns. We have to. There's no other way around it. I don't care if I don't have a Minnesota carry permit. I'm unarmed right now, but this is the last time I show up to face these guys without a weapon. There's no way. I got shot with a pepper ball 5 minutes after walking in here. I never laid a finger on them. I never raised a hand to them. I've only been using my voice. The time for speaking is over. The time for niceties is over. The time for peace is over. They fired the first shot. It's time to end this shit by any means necessary.
You're talking about, potentially going to a dark place in this country. Do you foresee
We're there. This is the dark place. This is the dark time. We have people being sent to Salvadorian concentration camps. We got other countries being raided for their oil. We're in the dark time. There's no way out of this. There's no voting our way out of this. We can't wait till November. There's no waiting to the ballot box. We need to get to the bullet box. That's the only way. If there was another way, I'd be advocating for it. I've spoken peacefully. I've marched peacefully. I marched without Sharpton. I marched on Washington. I've been peaceful. I've acted peacefully. The time for peace is over. The time for any means necessary is right now.
When I told you guys that this country is becoming radicalized, I meant...
Shalom. Before I get started, I'm going to give all honor and all glory and all my power to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Double honors and apostles, great millstone, who will. And shalom to you bishops and elders and brothers who in his camps preaching and making everybody live a sacrifice for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. My name is Jerah Abad, coming to you now to set that lesson out of Israelites 11 Outer Camp, hailing from San Francisco. Lord willing, let's edify. This lesson is edifying, straight to the point. Slocks going to the weather. Now today's lesson, give me a second, Israel. I wrote it down real quick. There it is. No. Just had it. Damn it. Anyway, I've got to write it down. So, today's lesson is a time of peace is over. The time of peace is over. In fact, war has begun. Time of peace is over. War has begun. And the Lord is bringing that war. We call the Lord is bringing the war to Babylon, because Babylon has done evil things throughout the four corners of the earth and continues to do evil things throughout the four corners of the earth. So what do you call it? These different types of plagues that are befalling Babylon, the land of Ashereth, aka America, reminds me of the days of Egypt. Reminds me of the days of Assyria. Reminds me of the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. Reminds me of the days of Babylon. Reminds me of the days of the Persian Medios. Reminds me of the days of the Greeks. Reminds me of the days of the Romans. Reminds me of the days of old. Right? And the one thing we know as men of the Lord, unbeknownst to you people, that the Lord is our man of war. So bring that out. Go the first. I'm gonna bring out the first. Let's see. There it is. Okay. So give me a second, Israel. Let's go to Exodus 5. Give me a second. Shit, I had it. 1 second, Israel. There it is. Yep. This second Exodus 15:3. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is a man of war. The Lord is his name. That's right. Because this is the war on. This is really a war, a strategic war from the Heavenly Father, following on Babylon, right? Because we are in the last days of Babylon's rulership, and if I'm correct, I believe most kingdoms only survive for 250 years, right? And I believe Babylon is coming up on the 250-year marker. Next year, I believe, or next June, coming up or some shit. June. Inside joke. So Esau Edom is scrambling to preserve whatever power that he thinks he has. And when I mean Esau Edom, I mean the so-called white man. Captain Cheetos and his crew. Nero. You know what I mean? Nero 47, his crew. He's under a sick delusion that his kingdom lasts forever. He's extremely boldened because when he entered Venezuela to capture Maduro, he used some energy-based weapons to neutralize the Venezuelan army. You know what I'm saying? The troops. Hit him with energy-based weapons where it made him throw up, blood and shit. Made him instantly crumble. You know what I mean? And then just shot him. As they're decapacitated. You know what I mean? So, he come with that digital technology. You know what I'm saying? And he knows, and that's why Esau Edom, blessing is a sword. And he's also a coward too because Esau knows he really can't fight straight up. He really can't fight these other nations with hands and fists, and he definitely can't fight them with the same sword that he uses. You know what I'm saying? So he has to use other tactics because he doesn't have the numbers nor have the sustainability to sustain long durations of war. You know what I'm saying? He can. And before, when he was a superpower, when America, land of, Babylon was a superpower, and it had industrial economic strength behind it to support its war effort. Well, now, what little does these damn Edomites don't understand here in the West Coast or Western Hemisphere, which is mainly Babylon, think that they have a long economic sustained war effort, but that's all delusion. It's all some bullshit. Most of the materials that Babylon gets is all outsourced. All of it. Even down to the minerals that they need to produce weapons like, tanks, bombs, shit. Even technology as far as like, tech, you know what I mean? Like computers, military grade weapons, energy based weapons, it all requires expensive ass natural minerals, right? And actually gold and silver, because silver, is a main mineral used in motherboards. You know what I mean? You solder with silver. So this is all. World War III is really just kind of like a world natural resource land grab. You know what I mean, for all the minerals, right? So, and in turn, the greed, what these people hold in esteem or hold in high esteem, it's gonna come back and bite them in the ass, right? You can't live your life unbalanced. Lord doesn't like that. Lord is about balance. It's one thing the Lord hates is unbalanced. He calls it unjust weight, right? So let me go to the next scripture. Oops, there it is. So Oh yeah, so this is let me go to 2nd Ezra 13:31. Okay. 13:31. It reads, 2nd Ezra 13:31, it reads, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another, right? Because see, and that's what's going on right now. There's sedition and uproars among the people because of an unjust ruler, of a person who's cruel. Because Babylon is being led by a cruel lord, and whenever you have we call a horrible king like Nero, 47, his actions are waiting to bounce, and this is the outcome: war, upheaval of the people. Famine is gonna start setting in because when war sets in, famine starts in because supply chain, Babylon's supply chain will be disrupted. Because remember, it's an import city or import state, import country, and hold on. It's got some bug outs. Fuck, give me a break. So basically, this place is an import state. You know what I mean? A debt-based state, and you can't sustain an economy with a debt-based state, and you can't sustain wars with a debt and a import-based economy. Those do not go hand in hand. That's why Babylon's going to fall. And the mighty men of Babylon, it's warriors per se, right? Who are in the military, right? Who are going to be fighting these wars. They're not going to want to fight. I mean, you have some who follow orders, but the majority aren't going to want to do it because they know they're going to die and they won't get no benefits. What do you call it? The government won't take care of them. You get your legs blown off, your arms blown off, and you're kind of pretty much assed out. You know what I mean? Only true young retarded white supremacists are gonna fight, and they're gonna learn real quick that that their white power is not gonna be powerful enough to stop hypersonics. You know what I mean? So let me know how that goes. Because for all you maggots out there who are gonna make America great, hey, you let me know how that goes, because the world doesn't give two fucks about your greatness. In fact, only great is going to be is to watch this place get nuked off the face of the earth. You're right, and that's part of future. It's a future prophecy coming to pass. That the only great, the Lord's gonna touch this place personally. You know what I mean? He's gonna put a spirit on this place. And when he does, what do you call it? It's not gonna be nice. In fact, what do you call all these white Christian nationalist maggot Edomites are going to realize that Lord does not give two fucks about your white power. And in fact, the Lord is since you heard the children of Israel, and since you went around the earth and completely destroyed the ecosystems of the earth, the Lord is going to use the same weapons that He helped you create. He's going to turn them around, and use them on you, right? And this is how the Lord feels about your white power. This is Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. In that oven, we're not talking about your local your in-house oven. That you have your stovetop, your Whirlpool, your Dyson. No. These ovens we're referring to ancient ovens, where you would actually melt steel, and you know what I mean. Ovens, where some evil kingdoms would burn people and make them burn sacrifices, throw people in ovens like that. Those type of ovens, old school ovens, ancient ovens. Malachi 4:1, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, says the Lord of hosts, Yahweh of hosts, and that it shall leave neither that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So basically, that type of oven is beyond what you what you Babylonians can possibly fathom. I one time me and my ex-coach, we had a back and forth about the magnitude of the new nuclear weapons that are 1,000 times more powerful than the ones that were dropped in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And his supposedly high IQ was telling me that, oh no, we call those bombs not in Hiroshima, we call that's magnitude what they had. I go, no. Your information is complete and accurate. These new nukes, these hypersonics, they're on another level. I'm saying a whole nother level. And so much so where they're gonna burn mountains. They're literally gonna melt. They're literally gonna melt the periodic table. Here in Babylon, Babylon's gonna get a first-hand view of what it's like to watch the Lord put the spirit on those nukes to nuke Babylon and to melt the whole periodic table through fire. Let me see. Okay, I had one more. And as you people are seeing, the type of craziness that Donald Trump is going right now, wanting to invade Greenland, wanting to invade this country and that country, and now, as of right now, talks are of NATO and EU having talks with Russia, and getting in line with Russia for the safety, because if he's going to invade Greenland, that means Article 5 will be enacted, and that means World War III will be a official, super official. And because Article 5 enacts, that means when one country invades another country, mainly a NATO EU country, they have to always spawn back up that country. So that treaty will be nullified. You know what I mean? And America will be the official enemy of NATO EU, which in turn will push these other NATO EU countries to Russia, right? And that prophecy in Ezekiel 38 will be coming to pass. And also the beast shall hate the whore. So we're in those times, and this is not time to be debating the Hebrew, whether you're a Hebrew Israelite or not. It's not time to be teaching false doctrine of the MOTB is not the MOTB. It's a cell phone and some bullshit. You know what I mean? It's definitely not time to be, wearing the faith. You know what I mean? And getting all emotional because of certain brothers who, on the eastern side of the United States are conducting themselves all fucked up. What do you call just keep the faith and keep steady for all you teachers, all you brothers out there who are in the camps. Don't let these niggerlights be distractions, in your path. Keep teaching. Keep making videos. Keep going on the highways and byways until Lord says you can't do no more. Right? Endure to the end. Fight the demons. You know what I'm saying? Stay prayed up. And Lord's will, we all make it past this shithole. And we all get to see, Babylon fall. We all get to see the chariots come and swoop us up, and we all make it go see Yahweh and Yahweh in the heavens, in chariots, right? And this is a quick little lesson. That was one lesson, was edifying, straight to the point. My name is Yerah Abad, hailing out of Israelites 11 Hour Camp at San Francisco. And Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And before I sign off, I'm going to give all honor and all glory and all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who will, and shalom to you bishops and elders and brothers who are in these camps preaching and making a living sacrifice for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Shai. Until next time, I say shalom and Babylon wa ababa.